Hi, and welcome back to Grassroots Crypto, where I like to teach people about crypto. In this video, I'll be covering a quick overview of synths, what is the THORGame for synths, the bounty program for that program, and how to access synths. If you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe to see more content like this. Like always, all the links used in this video will be in the description below. So what are synths? If you don't know what synths are, they are really cool. So in short, synths represent an asset like Bitcoin or Ethereum or something like that. It has the same value as that asset. So one synth or synthetic BTC has the same value of actual BTC. And one synthetic Ethereum has the same value as one ETH. This is guaranteed by the network. So when you have that synthetic, it will be redeemed for the same value of the asset that it represents. Synths are generally much cheaper to deal with, e.g. for swapping, you get a discount, withdrawing, transferring, and so on and so forth. Synths are the start of some really cool things in the future for THORChain. There are some great resources by Brooker you can read up to learn more. Here, the essential guide, comparing that against wrapped assets, as well as some more benefits for synthetics. How this happens is kind of complex. I do talk about all aspects of synths, from the simple in my introduction part through to the complex parts in my video series that you can check out here. Also, there is the docs for anyone that's more technically minded that wants to get more information on how this occurs. Note, this release of synths that's going to be done through the THORGames is for the synths only and doesn't include the synth vault or the iRune yet. So let's have a quick look at the THORGames for synths. Synths has been implemented in testnet for many months now, like many months. And I've had a good play with it there as well. As synths is now ready as it can be, there still might be some exploits, some bugs there, so it's going to be tested in Stagenet with real assets. More on Stagenet in a sec. THORGames for synths is a public testing program in Stagenet to find any outstanding exploits or issues before deploying to Chaosnet. The idea being that if there's any exploits found, it will only disrupt Stagenet and not Chaosnet. Once synths is fully tested in Stagenet with real assets, it will be ready to be deployed to Chaosnet. The THORGames for synths is expected to go for 1 or 2 weeks, but it can be extended if needed. There is a large bounty program on offer for anyone that wants to test synths. There's 1300 rune on offer in total. Go have a look here. So there's 1300 rune on offer for different vulnerabilities at different levels, and you can read about that here. The first confirmed P1 synth exploit will get a massive 10,000 rune, as it says it here, as well as here. So how does it work? You will look for synth vulnerabilities within Stagenet and then report them to 9 Realms with all the details on the vulnerability, as you can see here. They will review it and go from there. Generally, it's going to be a first in best dress for the vulnerabilities, thus duplicates are not going to get the bounty. Full details as to what's in scope, the bounty breakdown, and all that type of information is available here, which I'll link in the description below. The THORGames for synths is due to kick off at 1 PM specific time in Discord, and you can see all the information here. Anyone can participate in THORGames for synths, which is done in Stagenet. Using Stagenet comes with its own risks and challenges that you should be aware of before trying this for yourself. So let's have a look at them. So Stagenet is a testing environment with real assets. It's not the same as Chaosnet, so don't get confused. Stagenet doesn't really have the same level of protection as well as attention as Chaosnet. It's a testing environment with real funds for new features, so you need to think of it like that. It only has S-Rune, not actual rune. It's different. So you need to get S-Rune. Either you upgrade from bnb.rune or swap an asset for S-Rune in Stagenet. You cannot swap directly from rune to S-Rune. It's also not recommended to hold S-Rune for any longer than you need to. So you need to be careful about that. It has a low pool depth, so there will be a higher slip fees than Chaosnet. So you can expect to incur more fees there. Stagenet wants to be exploited and hacked. That's the idea, and that's why it exists. And now it will have a bounty on its back. So more and more people are literally going to be trying to attack and exploit and bring down Stagenet. So you need to be careful with how much you put Stagenet and really think, is this something that you really want to be involved with, or just enjoy the benefits for when it's released to Chaosnet. Right, so how do you access synths? There are 3 interfaces that support it. So there's AsgardEx desktop, which you can see here. There is going to be Brooker, this is the URL, and there's going to be THORSwap. When you're using these interfaces, you need to be very careful on what environment you're connected to, whether it's going to be Chaosnet or Stagenet. When looking at Asgard, if you go to the settings part here and you connect to Stagenet, then it's clearly going to say you are in Stagenet. Don't get it confused with Chaosnet. When you go to, you can download Asgard here, you will need to get as a minimum this version, because this is the one that supports Stagenet. But I'd definitely recommend getting the latest. Brooker, when you go here, you're going to have the environment selection over here on the top right. So ensure this is Stagenet, not testnet. Mainnet is currently not supported. And with THORSwap, they don't really have any indicator on what to use, but you can tell by the URL, because it's stagenet.thorswap.finance. And if you click here, you can see that it's Stagenet here. So that's how you can tell what environment you're in. And do be careful, because you don't want to be testing with the wrong environment. Also note that the srune and rune address is different between the environments. So you could easily, perhaps send to the wrong address or get confused there. So you just need to be careful and understand the nuances with the different environments. Right, so we're going to wrap it up. Synths is going through its last phase of testing in Stagenet before it's released into Chaosnet. 3 interfaces support synths, and there's likely more to join in the future. In general, synths are simpler, faster, and cheaper than dealing with normal L1 assets in the current liquidity pools. Activation of synths is the first step in THORChain's THORFight vision. Watch my videos on synths to learn more and to get all the details. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope you found this video useful. Put your comments in the section below, and until next time, thanks. Bye.